Mention the word Kama Sutra, and the mind often jumps to ancient statues locked in complex athletic poses and impossible physical gymnastics. The text itself focuses on the nuances of human psychology, the subtleties of body language, and the specific mechanics of consent. Within Adhikayana 2, Chapter 8, the author provides a series of strict mandates. This section explicitly orders men to set aside their own physical desires during a new encounter. This requires a partner to learn how to identify physical hesitation. Ancient intimacy relied on building comfort through patience, rather than pushing for immediate conquest. Consider the biological reality of two people approaching physical intimacy for the very first time. Fear often triggers involuntary defense mechanisms, manifesting as deep hesitation and physical withdrawal. The calligraphy in this manuscript highlights a critical distinction. Treating a first-time partner with the same directness as an experienced one is a significant error. The ancient writers viewed this fear as a delicate state that requires absolute patience to navigate. The guidelines shift based on a partner's history. Sutra 9 establishes a baseline for an experienced woman. If mutual trust already exists, physical touch can begin directly on sensitive areas like the thighs or breasts. This relaxed comfort is central to the concept of the Swarini, introduced in Sutra 13, an independent, experienced woman who initiates intimacy herself. For her, the instructions are bold. Passion is encouraged, like firmly grasping her hair or holding her chin for a kiss. The Kama Sutra treats physical technique as a relative tool. It adjusts according to a woman's individual confidence and past experience. The tone shifts for the Kanya, a woman experiencing her very first union. In this scenario, the bold, passionate rules are strictly forbidden. The text maps out her involuntary physical defense mechanisms, noting how the lower body reacts first by instinctively squeezing shut to block access. This tension travels upward. A first-time partner may fold her arms tightly across her chest or shrink her neck and shoulders downward. The Kama Sutra identifies these motions as biological fear responses that must be addressed before the encounter can continue. To manage this tension, the text issues an explicit ban. During a first encounter, a man is forbidden from untying the nivi, the traditional waistband. Instead, written in the black text of this original Sanskrit leaf, a terrified, closed-off body is compared to a tightly stitched garment. The partner acts like someone gently removing threads, patiently loosening these physical barriers by coaxing the arms and shoulders to relax. Early physical touch functions as a specific, targeted instrument to dismantle fear, prioritizing psychological comfort over immediate pleasure. This process culminates in Sutra 14, which notes that a first-time partner will often naturally close her eyes out of modesty. To navigate that modesty, the text outlines 4 allowable external actions: untying the knot, gentle caressing, holding the hair and chin, and guiding the hands. These 4 actions create a deliberate system for establishing psychological trust. This ancient text suggests that intimacy begins with reading a partner's mind and respecting unspoken boundaries. Thousands of years ago, the Kama Sutra provided a technical framework for consent and sensitivity that aligns closely with our modern understanding.